Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Damien Chillin', or as society claims me, Damien. As you can see in the background here, I got some Star Wars Battlefront 2 gameplay going on while I guess ramble on, vlog, explain, just talk about everything since I guess I last posted, which crazy enough was almost 2 years ago. Crazy to think about that, because I've been thinking every couple of weeks about I'm gonna post a video, I want to make a video, and I get in the process of doing it and I just forget about it or don't do it at all. And I'm gonna I guess we'll start with that. So where have I been, why haven't I posted, etc, etc. Funny enough, I actually got asked this a couple of times within the last couple of years, within the last year or two, and I wish I could tell you, something juicy with drama and blah blah blah, but no, there's really nothing. I've just haven't had the time, and I'll explain that. So I haven't had the time and I haven't made the time. And what I mean by that is, recently I was kind of going not in between jobs, but I was kind of transitioning from one job to another. The previous job that I was at, I wouldn't say took a toll on me or anything like that, but it was a very tiring job for me. And so, when I would go in early, I would get off a little later than usual. And so when I got home, all I wanted to do was just kind of chill, get comfortable, hang out with my kids, watch some TV, and crash the F out. So I never really made time for it. I was just always so tired. Another thing too, a pretty major thing that really prevented me from doing this is I was just really not in the and I don't mean to exaggerate or nothing like that, but I just wasn't really in the right headspace mentality wise. As of almost 2 years ago, I kind of just started having really, really bad anxiety. And I don't mean anxiety like the bare minimum in terms of like being nervous or anything like that. I legitimately was having like panic attacks and all that kind of stuff, and so it just kind of discouraged me to even enjoy life or anything like that. Any little thought that I really overthought about kind of just sent me into a panic. Like mentally and physically, I would get panic attacks. The physical symptoms being of just feeling numbness, and I don't know how else to explain it other than that, just feeling numbness and just having so many things cycling through your head, and the fast heartbeats, all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, that kind of stuff just discouraged me to even do anything to kind of enjoy myself. And so I just never really hung out with people, got to talk to much people. I kind of have just been to myself. Obviously I have the occasional drinks and stuff with my friends, but that's really the extent of that. So long story short, yeah, that's kind of why I haven't really posted anything. One, I kind of just was burnt out from not only just work and that kind of thing, but I was also burnt out on the idea of doing extra activities outside of my personal life and that kind of stuff. But now I think I am in a better position in terms of life. I have a new job, that kind of thing, which allows me to have more time for this kind of stuff. So hopefully we'll get back on track with that kind of stuff. I really would love to be doing this a lot more often than I can. I do hope to hopefully post some more, keep you guys updated on things that I've kind of gone through, which I've come to realize that this channel is kind of more of me talking about things that I like, dislike. I remember one video that I think did really well was my recap. So I would like to kind of do more stuff like that, recapping everything that I've kind of gone through. Which, if that were the case of me doing that, I'd have to wait for quite a while to kind of gather everything that I've gone through and talk about it all at once. So, anyways, let's just kind of get into it. So like I said, you're seeing some Star Wars gameplay in the background here. Recently, I've just been really into Star Wars everything, man. And this happens all the time around this time of the year, Christmas time, New Year time. I don't know what it is. I think I just have a very good relationship with Star Wars around the holidays, because at least as of recently, you know, with the sequel trilogy, all those movies were released in the December time. I went to the events for those, and it's just always a hype. It's just always a really good time to go watch those movies around this time. There's already Christmas, so there's just a lot to kind of back that up too. So I've really been into Star Wars everything right now. The Star Wars video games. I actually just today beat Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which I thought was really freaking awesome. I am looking forward to how else they continue that story. I do love all the characters in there. There's not really much more to say other than it was just a great game. I am also catching up with Star Wars TV, that being like right now I'm currently watching Ahsoka. I didn't really get not the chance, but I didn't watch it when it came out. So I'm kind of catching up on that there. After I finish that, I want to go ahead and probably start on the Clone Wars, all that kind of stuff. I call myself a huge Star Wars fan, but I haven't watched Clone Wars or like any of those animated shows, which is crazy to me. And when I bring that up to other people, they think it's pretty crazy too, because there are other Star Wars fans for sure, and they know their stuff. So I'm trying to catch up with everybody. But yeah, so I guess let's go ahead and talk about my newest hobby, which is Legos. I've always been a huge fan of Legos. I recently came across them again. Ever since I was a little kid, I've loved Legos, especially like the Lego Star Wars sets. So hopefully later on with this channel, I can go ahead and upload some updates on my newest Lego sets, etc. When we get to that time, we'll talk more about that. One of the major things that I did want to talk about actually as well was Spider-Man 2. Now, Spider-Man 2 came out in October of last year, I believe. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because I was on Twitter or X, and I don't really use Twitter or X that much. I strictly just follow like gaming outlets like Game Informer, IGN, and I guess there's like a new thing on that X, Twitter, whatever, where if you don't follow certain people or whatever topics you follow, they'll show related topics on there. Anyways, getting sidetracked, I saw a bunch of people on there wondering like what happened to all this talk and hype about Spider-Man 2, and it was kind of strange to me because one, I kind of agree, but two, and this is mostly how I felt, was like, what do you mean? It happened, it went, and that was it. Like, what more can be said? And of course, when I asked that, I got I found a lot of glaring answers as to, oh well, so and so game came out so long ago and yet people are still talking about it. And that kind of did open up a new perspective. Like, you know what, yeah, this guy's right. There are other games out there that were pretty great, and people to this day are still talking about them. I wish I could give examples, but there were a ton that people really argued about. And but I guess all in all, I guess where I am in this is like, For those of you who have played it, it's great. It's a great game. I played it. I got it day one. I got it day one, and it was great. It wasn't the best game in the world or anything like that, but I thought it was great. I played it. I beat it. I did some of the side stuff, but that was kind of really it. And that was it. There's really not much that can be said. It was a great game. I don't know what more else can be said about it. I'm not one to kind of go and do New Game Plus on a lot of games unless I really enjoy them. But yeah, I didn't do New Game Plus or anything like that. I just thought it was a great game. It was a good one playthrough game. And there's a lot of great games like that that are just worth one playthrough. I think this game was a little bit better than Spider-Man PS4. I did play a little bit of Miles Morales, but not a lot of people are too big on that game. But even then, it was a good game. But I do think that this game was a lot better. I think the story was better. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan outside of the video games, so I did enjoy a lot of the cameos, characters, references, all that kind of stuff. I think this was just a very good overall package, and I think a lot of people just need to stop that conversation of where's the hype that you guys were giving for this game, blah blah blah, because a lot of it did stem from, I guess, PS players talking about how Xbox has no good exclusives, etc., because I mean, that's been the talk of the ages, is this whole console war, is what's better, Xbox or PlayStation. I'm kind of I wouldn't even say I'm involved in it at all, but the facts are facts, you know. PlayStation has some great games. Xbox has some good games too that are also third party to other consoles, that being PlayStation and PC. So I just kind of want to throw that out there. I don't know if you guys might have seen that, but yeah, on to the next one, which is God of War. And the reason why I want to talk about God of War Ragnarok is because this is one game that I was really looking forward to ever since God of War 2018 ended. And I don't think in the last video that I had posted I even talked about this game, but it came, and man, it really delivered. I think that this game is, and this is just my opinion, I think this game is quite possibly the best game that there is on PlayStation 5 to date. I know it to God of War 2018, but obviously as well more to it. I do think that the graphics look amazing. Definitely better than the last game for sure. I think the whole every place that you visit is just filled with scenery that looks great. Narrative wise and story wise, I think it's an very awesome continuation. It kind of went somewhere where I was not expecting it to, compared to what we were left off with in 2018, but can't complain. Story was awesome. Very sad as well in certain aspects. I'm sure everybody that is watching this has played it because they are fans of video games and whatnot, but if you know, you know. If you don't know, you need to play it for sure. I am looking forward to see how this franchise continues, whether that be rumors of remakes of the original ones. I don't know. I think God of War 3 could probably be left alone, considering that it already got a remaster, but a remake would also be great, built from the ground up. I don't really have much more to say about the game other than it's just an amazing game. I'm not upset that it didn't win Game of the Year last year, or 2 years ago, I think, whenever it was, because it was a contender up against Elden Ring, which I also think Elden Ring was really awesome. I'm not mad that Elden Ring got Game of the Year, because I did play that and it was also an awesome game. So I'm not upset that it didn't get Game of the Year. I'm just very happy that everybody knew that it's a contender for Game of the Year, because it's, again, just an awesome game. You need to play it if you haven't played it. And then they also came out with a very unexpected, I guess you could call it add-on, DLC, whatever, to God of War Ragnarok, which is a continuation-ish of the game itself, and story-wise, that kind of thing. It does play a lot like, from what I gathered after playing it and beating it, I guess you could say, it is definitely like a horde rush mode, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not really too keen on those kind of games, like a good example being like Returnal. But this one, I was already invested with the whole God of War story, at least in this era, the Norse mythology, and I just wanted to continue it to see where else it goes. I mean, hell, it's free DLC, so why not play it, you know? All in all, God of War Ragnarok and God of War Ragnarok Valhalla is a perfect package that you can get. Again, Valhalla being free to download and whatnot. Cool thing is, they announced it, and it came out literally 5 days after the announcement, so that was really awesome. The next thing that I do want to talk about that's kind of been bugging me a lot, because they announced this and have not said a single word about it. They haven't even drip fed us anything or anything at all, and that's the Silent Hill 2 remake. And one reason that I'm really excited for this is because I wouldn't say I grew up on Silent Hill, but it wasn't anything compared to Resident Evil, which Resident Evil I have a lot more knowledge for compared to Silent Hill, but especially with Silent Hill 2, that game is just another phenomenal game that I wouldn't say needed the remake, at least not yet. But I think Silent Hill 1 could have used a remake for sure, considering that it's stuck on PS1. Of course, you can download it on your PS3 from the PSN store to play the PlayStation 1 version, but other than that, there's really nowhere else to play it. Silent Hill 2 did get I guess you could call it a remaster or even a port on the Xbox 360 and PS3, but from what I've heard, and I played it as well, it's not a good port or remaster or anything like that. I personally didn't have any issues with it when I played Silent Hill 2. I don't know if I mentioned, but it has Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3. Didn't get around to Silent Hill 3, but I played Silent Hill 2 on that remastered version of it, and I thought it was great. A lot of people complained about how the fog mechanic, whatever, just wasn't there. Apparently they lost the original source code for it, so they had to come up with like new lines, I think. I'm not too sure, I haven't looked too into it. I enjoyed my time with it. I did play the original Silent Hill 2 on the PS2, and I can see a bit of a difference there in terms of like the fog and stuff, but again, Silent Hill 2 remake I'm really looking forward to, and it's weird because not a lot of people are very interested or invested in this game. I don't know why. The only thing I've heard apparently is that because of the team remaking it, which is Bloober Team, there's a game that they've made that I just can't remember right now, but apparently they're not that good of a developer or something like that. I don't know. The Medium, they made The Medium. I remember that game. That game kind of just came and went within a week or so, but I'm looking forward to it. I hope we get something. Apparently it was leaked or something like that. There was a trailer that kind of just showed off all the Sony games in one package that are supposed to be releasing in 2024, and Silent Hill was on there, and so was Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, or I'm sorry, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. I guess they just got rid of the 3 and just kind of repackaging it as a standalone game to kind of reboot the series. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. This is kind of the conclusion of the video. I just want to thank everybody for sticking around, hearing me blabber and complain and kind of give praise to certain things. This is kind of really something I wanted to put out to just kind of catch up with everything that I wasn't able to within the last year or almost 2 years, because realistically that's the only stuff that I was really looking forward to was God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, and they delivered. I'm glad to be a gamer, to be able to enjoy those kind of things. So let me know what you guys think. Tell me what you guys did within the last year or two. I'd love to hear your guys' take on certain stuff that I talk about, etc., etc. I guess we'll see you next time. I'll definitely keep you guys posted on my social media when I am going to post any updates if I don't post for certain reasons or something like that. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.